He's very open, first of all. Second, call him up on the phone personally. He takes anybody's call, okay? And just having that direct contact with him is really, really important. Like I said, you could just reach out and touch the guy, and he will be very happy to talk to whoever it is and train those, or just talk to them. I think that's probably the first step that any local association can do. Call Bob up, say hi, come talk to our group. It could be a board of directors meeting, it could be sales and marketing, it could be any gathering, a networking group. And Bob would tailor his discussion to that group. When I had my smaller group, obviously he had to tailor it to the 25 or 30 people that were there in a small room. He was not on stage. He was not in front of the International Builder Show talking to several thousand people. None of that. So I think, that's one of the things that is so valuable. He tailors it to the organization and to the group that he is in front of so that they can get the most understanding, because he really wants to communicate. I think that's really his main goal. He wants to communicate. He wants to help you.
I had been selling for 5 years with a different builder. Obviously had a sales process that I did, and I was always open to learning more and being told this is the way to do it. So in the beginning, you're learning the scripts, and you keep having Bob tell you and his assistants that, trust us, this works, it works. Until you're though in front of a customer, you really don't know. And after we started implementing this, the feedback we got from our customers, which really is what makes the difference, was amazing. They would stop us afterwards and be like, wow, that was wonderful. They're like, your presentation is fabulous. We've been to so many other builders, not one of them actually walked us through the model, not one of them actually explained what we're looking at, first what's included, asked us those type of questions. So getting the feedback from the customer while using almost to a T what Bob was teaching us, that's really where it was like, wow, this works. What a better compliment than from your customer saying your process is wonderful.
My experience with Bob Schultz has been absolutely enjoyable. From the first time that I met Bob on the stage, and I believe it was at the International Building Show in Dallas that year, and I approached Bob afterwards, and I didn't know Bob. I never hired Bob as a consultant. I simply went up to ask him some questions about what he said during the presentation. Bob took as much time as I needed to get me good and solid answers. Bob didn't try to sell me on his program. He just wanted to help. Gave me his name and number and said, look, I'll be back in town next week. Call me and I can help you out. When I called him, once again, he didn't try to sell me anything. He just answered the questions that I needed answered. From that point on, I had a great relationship with Bob as almost kind of a sales mentor, somebody that I could go to and bounce things off of. I was glad that we tied up a deal with Bob to be one of his clients. But I don't think that even today, if I called Bob and said, hey, I got an issue or a concern, Bob wouldn't start the clock running. It'd be a matter of, hey, we're here to help. And, by the way, down the road, if we can help you out with some consulting, fine. If not, I'm just here to help you. And I really, really, truly feel that from Bob and his organization, that first and foremost, when they wake up in the morning and come to work, they're interested in helping. And by the way, if you help enough, it'll bring you a paycheck.
I would say that to a VP of Sales and Marketing that is considering this system, it's a no-brainer. First of all, you don't know what you don't know. This system has everything covered from A to Z for you and your sales team.